So hello, welcome to this live stream. Please let me know if you can hear me. I am actually not at home, so in my home office. Therefore, I only have one screen, so I have to follow the chat on my phone in parallel. Use my phone as the second screen. But yeah, let me know if you can actually hear me. I hope the Wi-Fi is good. It should be good. Hearing you, great. Yeah, so I thought, look, we will do a spontaneous live stream for the YouTube community. I've made it a public live stream due to what's going on today. Appreciate everybody being here. Please hit the like button. It does help the channel as well. And I have around 45 minutes. I've got a call in an hour, so I have to go in sort of probably 50 minutes. And I thought, look, we just, because it's insane today, it's just an insane market, and I'm already exhausted, but it's a good kind of exhaustion in these types of markets. Support levels so far didn't break on Bitcoin, so I think what we do, we're gonna take a look at the Bitcoin chart, and then just free flow. I don't know what we're gonna cover. We're just gonna wing it. I don't know. It's just. There'll be some more videos updates later anyway, right? Unfortunately, there are only so many hours in the day. Great, thanks all for being here. I'm just having a look through the chat. It really would help the channel if you can hit the like button, and so on. You know what's, you know what you need to do. Okay, all right. So yeah, I won't be able to answer all questions. You know, it's usually like that. I just thought. A lot of people ask me, can you do a live? Can you do a live? And we used to do these, you know, when things were going crazy. But because it's really been crazy since October, you know, I can't always do one. But now I think as we approach all-time highs, it makes sense. It makes sense. So that's my all-time high roadmap. I'm following the white count primarily, as you might remember from the previous videos. But granted, it's very much extended to the upside. It's very much extended. I'm not happy to call it top until we even have micro support broken, right? Nothing. So we are still in this uptrend. Please be aware that there's high volatility always in all-time high as we're approaching all-time highs. It's been a crazy day. I think Coinbase was out. You know, I don't know what's happening to Coinbase, but I'm not using it really. But I know that people reported that it's sort of been out or something. Bybit worked for me. I'm using Bybit. I'm using Bitget. Oh, someone's asking sound. I think sound is working, right? Sound is working. Should be good. But yeah, I don't know what's happening with Coinbase. I think the server issue. You need to. I've been saying that throughout the bear market. It is useful to have different exchanges to also split funds a little bit across exchanges, because if the masses are coming in, and you know, a lot of you might be new in crypto, and to be honest, it's okay. It's not the worst time to enter crypto. I mean, Bitcoin, okay, you know, but a lot of altcoins haven't moved significantly. But we did cover that like a couple of months ago in a member live stream where we said that, look, when Bitcoin approaches all-time high or gets close, you'll see it everywhere online. People start to look for it on Google, search for it, and then you'll get all these people come in and they try to open accounts because they haven't done it, you know, they haven't opened accounts before. They need to. A lot of people don't know about crypto really, but they get interested when all-time highs are broken. That's just something. That's just okay. Some people can only use Coinbase depending on where they live. Yeah, that's bad. That's why that's rubbish. But I mean, not that Coinbase is bad, but you want to have some flexibility, right? So that's the problem. So we have to be prepared for this stuff. Obviously, when everybody's trying to do transactions, new people come into crypto, it sort of, you know, challenges the servers. So yeah, hope you all guys are well. Thanks all for everybody who's been joining here. Please hit the like button. It would really help. Would appreciate that. And what I'd like to do, I mean, the market is going up. It's very exciting, right? What we okay, everyone, I should be back. Apologies. That was not the Wi-Fi. That was indeed my laptop. Had happened last week in the member live stream. Very annoying. So just check. Does it work? Does it work? Yeah, it should work. So yeah, it's I think it's time to change laptop probably. Some people said was a blue screen. People said if it's a blue screen, it's related to it's related to graphics card or something. I don't know. Not the expert, but could be. So Coinbase. So yeah, I'm back. So that was related to the laptop, not the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi all good. Just laptop crashed, which probably I looked at too many charts today, you know. But what I wanted to say, obviously, you know, we are in a situation where a lot of fundamental analysts just look at the Peter Schiffs or the how are they all called, you know, hate Bitcoin crypto haters. You know, they've been just fundamental analysts useless. You know, it's just useless. They are always late, and just focus on the charts, right? Just focus on the trend. And most Elliott wave analysts that I also know about, I mean, proper Elliott wave analysts, have been bullish for a long time. Okay, and this method just works well. Granted, we can't predict every single subwave and everything. You know, it doesn't work. I would never try to make people think that works. But you know, we've been bullish due to this method for more than a year, and I think that really is great evidence that this method is probably one of the best to. It's not a crystal ball, but you know, if you're looking for a crystal ball, I think this is what comes very close. It's just something I wanted to mention because it's evidence, fundamental analysis. It's so subjective, you know. People talk about recessions, markets can't go up. You know, even half a year ago, you were laughed at if you presented a bullish thesis for Bitcoin, really. And now we're there, you know. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I do have a high-end gaming laptop, Tilly Gaffer, but it's not okay. It's 2 years old now, but it was expensive. But I've got a backup, so I'll probably get that running. It's pretty much not you. It's pretty much not. I'm just having a look at the chat as well. So anyway, yeah, I need to change my laptop probably. I don't know. It still works well, but I don't want to have more blue screens. It's annoying. So if it crashes again in this live stream, it's probably the blue screen. So, but yeah, only happens in live streams for some reason. I don't know. All right, what do we do? So anyway, we are nearly at all-time high territory. So I've got this wave count here, and we are still looking at the white structure primarily. What do I prefer? I prefer a move down in wave 4. In my opinion, that would be much more healthy. I would like to see that pullback in wave 4. The support levels are, I think, slightly changed to the last video because we have to adjust them with the price. So round about 39.9k to 51.3 is support. Ideal support would be here around 44.6k. That would be ideal for a wave 4. So that's the white count is my preferred scenario. Then we should move higher from in wave 5. Now, I will not call a top in place until we have even broken micro support. So I need to see the market go below this support level here at 57k. That's the micro support level. When that breaks, we have early indication that this trend is over and we might see a deeper pullback unfold in wave 4. I have taken some profits today around 60 and 59k. Those were the first decent profits I've taken in a while, and only of positions that I entered after October 23. I'm not touching my core position yet. I'm not touching it. The core position, everything I bought before October 23, I'd say. They have a very good average price. So just because people are asking. So, you know, this is literally just, I know a lot of people were liquidated apparently today. I always wonder how this happens, honestly. And what happened here? I mean, yeah, but look, it's just literally, it's just a rally, and then we didn't even break support. That's when there's too much leverage. Too many have bought too high with too much leverage. It's the greed, yeah. So actually, we are at 61k, so there isn't even a dip really. There was a bit of a volatility, yeah, you know. And why did it happen? Because we approached the resistance region. That's structural resistance here between the April 21 high and the October 21 high. So again, my preference would be that in this region a top forms. Yeah, maybe we get a wick above, you know, maybe a wick to all-time high. And I know it's crazy. It's from 60 to 70k, but actually looking at the entire chart, it's not that much more. And then we could get this wave 4 pullback. That would be great. And that can take a while because it's the wave 4 that fits like the same wave degree as this wave 2. So it should take a while, actually, to be honest, yeah, which wouldn't be a surprise after this rally. Now, because of the aggressiveness to the upside today, I've been looking for alternative counts, and I'm not sure if I'm happy with this one, but it's one that is more aggressively bullish even than the white one, and I already call the white one aggressively bullish. And though, again, the white one is my preferred count. Now, in the green count, we are basically in the midst of a third wave. So it's just a different count. I don't like it so much because this circle wave 1 here, which topped then in January this year, is too long, and the wave 2 is too shallow. But it's one that is probably the most likely one if we get a break above all-time high territory or into all-time high territory and we just keep going. So then I have to track it, and it could send us, quite quickly to 100K, I think. So which one is it, right? So as long as micro support is holding, I mean, the trend is up. And eventually the white count will morph into the green one. But I don't like the green one so much. And I think a pullback would be healthy. If things overheat too quickly, is not so good. But that's, how, again, there is always going to be some uncertainty in the market. So how do we deal with that strategically? Well, again, I haven't touched my core position that I bought in the bear market, right? That's how I deal with that strategically. It's gonna be, I'm gonna be with it until we approach sort of my bull market targets. So yeah. So that's Bitcoin. Obviously, Bitcoin is leading the way at the moment. So obviously, then with regards to some altcoins, some are moving. I've been mentioning it a few times also on Twitter. By the way, follow us there as well if you're interested, because there's some additional content. But on Twitter, on X, the X network, but also in videos occasionally and here and there, I mentioned that this bull market, I've never seen in any bull market before such a discrepancy between different coins, different altcoins. So some are really moving aggressively, some are good quality, some are really not doing anything. That was not the case in like 2017 or 2021 even. So this is now, we have to be much more selective. So therefore, some people are frustrated with some altcoins because they're not moving. And yeah, I mean, it's a Bitcoin market still. I mean, let's look at Bitcoin dominance. Where's Bitcoin dominance? BTC, there you go. Yeah, it's still going up, so it probably might, it hasn't made a new high, but that wave 5 might still be unfolding there. Yeah. So Bitcoin dominance is still high. It's still high, but it's not even broken resistance, so it's literally here sort of in this region. It broke that trend line. I would have loved it to go down already. Maybe it's just doing a retest and then it's going to flush. Okay, so I think we are also here, Bitcoin dominance may be close to a top, but that's an explanation why some of these altcoins aren't really mooning yet. And yeah, I mean, altcoins, selected altcoins, good setups here and there. Not all altcoins are clear, so be selective, right? Be selective. So yeah, I can only, there was some questions about profit taking in the chat. I can only recommend to take some profits here and there, but where that is, I can't give you that because that depends on everybody's own portfolio as well, risk appetite and everything. For example, if someone bought in the bear market and built a core position, and we've been doing that here on this channel together, ideally, right? Then you're in a completely different position than someone who only recently entered. So, that's always individual. Why invest in altcoins if they are doing nothing? Well, there are. I mean, I always say, when you are buying an alt, it makes sense to check also if it's outperforming Bitcoin. Yeah, but that comment is correct because as long as Bitcoin is leading, we have to be selective. But at some point, the alt season should start, and it's going to be interesting because I think we still have to be selected also in alt season. Yeah, let's see. But if Bitcoin consolidates, for example, in this fourth wave, then if it happens, then this could be good for the alts, because a lot of money has now come into Bitcoin, and it might spill over to the altcoins. So we covered Bitcoin. So let's take a look at ETH as well. But I don't think I've just uploaded an ETH video, so I'll keep it short. There's not much new stuff to say. Ether is also moving above 3,300, so nothing's changed. You don't even notice that there wasn't even a major dip. Yeah, it's just $100 from today's high, so still very aggressively bullish here. So no change here. So ETH looking good. Yeah. Ideally, what I'd like to see is at some point here a decoupling between Ether and Bitcoin, where Bitcoin could consolidate a little bit. Maybe here, sort of in this fourth wave, and Ether might just carry on, maybe get a few dips here and there, but overall take over. That would be great. Yeah, that's typically what we see, right? Historically in cycles, Bitcoin starts first, Ether following, then alts following. We haven't even seen. Do you I mean, some of you might remember from previous cycles. Typically, Bitcoin is leading, then ETH following, then the alts. Of course, there are always, some alts leading as well here and there, like Solana did end of the year. But we haven't even seen Ether outperform Bitcoin. So I think we're not even in the second phase. Over recent weeks, I did say that I don't feel the euphoria yet. Now, today is the first time where I'm thinking, okay, we get some euphoria. It hasn't really been high. So only when we really get euphoria and greed, it starts to get, I think, more, we could be closer to a more substantial top. But yeah, there's no confirmed top in place yet. A lot of altcoins are suffering again. So let's go through some. For example, Matic. Let's start with Matic maybe. Yeah, BNB doing good. Yep, that's correct. I'm just reading some questions in the chat. Yeah, I made a BNB video today. Yeah, we can look at Solana. I'll do a video on Solana later today anyway. A lot of people interested in Solana. So yeah, we'll take a look at that. Yeah, Matthias, that's correct. A lot of altcoins are actually doing a lot, a lot. Oh, wow. Okay, so Matic has topped, clearly. Yeah, that looks increasingly favorable to call that top in wave one. So that broke micro support. That's our signal that wave one is topped. It was literally very close to top. I would have loved to see it get to 112, but it's. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. It's done all of this, and I just wanted to see that little bit as well. Okay, we're entering probably wave 2 territory. Support area is set, so I will add in this area probably. Yeah, it depends a little bit on how the structure develops, but what I will do, I will also take all these support areas out. Now we don't need them anymore. So yeah, people saying alts doing nothing. That's just not correct, right? But because even Matic, like 50%, it's not bad, right? It's at least this was a clear chart, clear parameters, and that's really not bad money. So if this is now, I mean, I'd prefer this now to be an ABC structure. Let's see. It's always difficult to say which pathway exactly a coin is going to follow in a correction or any chart really. But it's often like we start tracking with an ABC, and then typically the A wave targets sort of the area around the 38.2 retracement. That's around 91 cents. So should be like that ideally. Yeah. Now we have obviously reached the trend channel's lower boundary line. I mean, you can never rule out some kind of a fancy extension higher. Okay, so next confirmation that this indeed is wave 2 would be a break below the channel's lower boundary line, and then also if the next rally is a B wave rally, it's corrective and stays below the wave 1 top, then a C wave should take us down ideally towards sort of 86. to 82 cents. Okay, now let's take a look at Solana. So now we've covered that one. Let's take a look at Solana. Solana reacted to my resistance area. There's actually no change. Oops. There's actually no change to structure, I think. So first of all, I'm also exploring the idea that this could be some kind of a triangle pattern here. Yeah. It's just something I'm observing, but I want to take those. Let me make those lines a little smaller here. So yeah, I mean, what are we looking at here now for Solana? The Solana chart is possibly here in this B wave pullback. Okay, that's sort of still the idea. There are two wave counts, and to be honest, both are bullish at the moment. But it allows for, especially the orange count allows for the C wave to come down a little lower, possibly towards $92 to $86. We need to get it confirmed, however, through a break below the 98.80 level. Yeah, or at least the last swing low here, the X wave low at basically $100.30. So I cannot add anything. So we haven't really seen a break above resistance. We haven't seen a break above the last high. It is a 3-wave move up. I'm counting that as a WXY structure still, as mentioned in the last video. Hasn't really shown now the an impulse to the downside or anything that we can say, okay, C wave has clearly started. Looks corrective, but not directly bullish. Definitely not like the C wave at the moment, at least. So yeah, it looks a little bit like this is topping as well in the resistance area. Please be aware that B waves can even easily overshoot previous price highs. So that's the difficulty with those B waves. But you might remember from the last video, didn't we check what the targets were here for the wave Y? Let's just check that. WXY, I think those were reached anyway, right? Already extended. This is extended. But then we have in the Y wave an A, B, C as well. Let me go to the 1 hour chart. Yeah, see, I mean, what exactly this is difficult to say, but it was all bought up. So if we say, okay, what's the target here? A wave, B wave. I mean, the 100% extension is around $117. It nearly reached that, right? So yeah, I mean, the top could be in, but I need to see a break below the last swing low to suggest really that the B wave is topped. Overall, it's not very clear price action here. What we've got, you know, it's it could turn into triangle or something. It's just basically a boring sideways range. So we need to see some kind of a breakout, some kind of an impulse to the upside, or just focus on the support, which is at $86. As long as that's holding, further upside is expected. But it could, honestly, it could turn into a triangle like this. Yeah. Could turn into a triangle. Okay, guys, I mean, thanks for your support. I would encourage you, I mean, if you want to support the channel, feel free to send some support. But yeah, don't you know, don't send money for me to look at coins. It's I don't know, I don't feel good about it. But feel free to if you want to support, because I can't guarantee I'll cover them. You know, that's sort of the thing. But yeah, okay, so I'll obviously cover the ones that you guys send some. I have to do it. But yeah, don't just send, so yeah, you know. Just join the membership if if you're interested. But yeah, what did I say about this one? So I preferred the yellow count, and the yellow count at the moment is still valid, still unfolding. A wave down, B wave up, and it might be the start of the C wave, okay? I mean, there is nothing clearly bullish here, directly bullish. I want to clear the chart a little bit. Let's just tidy it up a little bit. The idea was the yellow count. It just makes more sense. I only made a video today. Yep, the white count possible. Not anymore. Not anymore unless we have some weird... I don't know. I'll take that white count out now. It's basically invalidated. And it's only the alternative anyway. So the yellow count is the preferred one. And we've seen nice dip. So it's basically just sort of following that move down, right? No change. So my take is that this could be maybe even a 1-2 setup in wave C. So it could follow through to the downside. I'd still like to see it reach the yellow support area, ICP. Bob, your question was, if you invested at 61K, do you think it will go back to 64? There's not really anything else I can add to what I mentioned. I mean, as long as the support level is holding for Bitcoin, the focus is on higher, but you bought at a pretty high price. Yeah. So yeah, 57K is support. Just know that that is the risk I can, or that's the key support I can offer at the moment on the shorter time frame. Below that, the trend is broken. So typically, we need some kind of confirmation to say the trend is broken. At the moment, the trend is still up, but I think we are in a topping region. Yeah. For anything else, we need a crystal ball. Okay, then Filecoin. Someone asked for Filecoin. Ritsuki, yeah, I did update say for gold members. I can't always make a video for every coin, obviously, but yeah, there have been say updates. Yeah, Filecoin again. Filecoin. I mean, it's got 5 waves up. It's got this sort of A, B, C structure. Ideally, it would still stretch a bit higher, right? In this C wave, I would still like it to get maybe to $10. That'd be ideal, because then the 5th wave would basically get above the A wave high. That sort of would be ideal. If that doesn't happen, we might even have a triangle that's unfolding here, because it looks more like a sideways range. Certainly not a clearly bullish chart. I mean, that's what I can say about Filecoin. Not a clearly bullish chart. I would like it to get to around about $10 before forming a top, and then there's a B wave pullback. That's likely. Yeah. Maybe already now, because obviously we have 5 waves up already in this C wave. But it would be ideal if that 5th wave stretches a bit higher. Because we are dealing here with a structure in which we have an A wave and the C wave target, right? That points basically towards that $10.40 level. So that would be ideal. But yeah, I mean, structurally, that's actually technically complete. So also in a topping region, possibly. FET, I've made a video today. Some people asked me here. So just, there's nothing new. So check the video out. Just scanning through the chat basically here. I mean, Manish, which coin is good to make an entry and when? Well, just check out those support regions. I mean, obviously now everything is run, so we need to wait for the pullback. So again, it depends on what you mean with entry, because you can also trade breakouts, right? So how you define a good entry is obviously up to you as a trader, but I typically like to use the support zones. They are support zones like this one was for Filecoin. See, that area was a good entry. Maybe to stagger positions, you know, scale in and then scale out in resistance. It basically rallied from support into resistance. I don't see one now because I think most of them have moved, but there'll be some soon again. We only had pullback a few days ago, and now it's, yeah. Market sentiment shows extreme greed today. Yeah. Something. Okay, we can take a look at Gala. I wanted to make a Gala video later today. I haven't managed to do so. Gala extended pretty much in this 3rd wave higher. Ooh, pretty messy. pretty messy. No, it's a C wave, isn't it? It's a C wave. Oh, that's ugly. Okay. Okay, I mean, this microstructure is just nasty stuff. But what I communicated in the last video is that best what we can do is to add the 50% Fibonacci level, and a break below it would be a first indication that, you know, we're gonna revisit the orange support region, and then possibly it would be just a larger, so this what I have labeled here as a B wave with a potential C wave higher. I mean, the bearish alternative would be that this was just an A wave, overshooting B wave, C wave down, and then we go up. But it would take a break below 2.9 cents to confirm that, or to suggest that, because at the moment what it could be doing, but I don't leave the labeling on there because it's unclear. This could be a 3, this could be now a 4, and then a 5. Yeah, this is what could happen. Or it is you know, this, and the 2.9 cent level allows us or helps us to distinguish between these scenarios. A wave, high B wave, but then the C wave doesn't, because we have an overshooting B wave, the C wave might not go below the A wave low, so we might sort of just make a marginally lower low and then keep grinding higher. So it's still a bullish market, I think. Yeah. Well, it clearly is a bullish market. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at Say. I will do a Say update also later. I shouldn't say will. I hope I have time. Time is running so fast, guys. So I would still prefer another high here. But it's starting to get very, yeah, how should I say? It's getting very messy. Okay, so obviously it's all I would say at the moment, it looks it could have just reset that B wave, and the C wave higher is still possible, but it's getting increasingly messy. So obviously what we have here on the chart is this wave 1 to the upside, wave 2 down, wave 3 up, wave 4 down, and ideally I'd like to see one more high. It's getting very messy, not good. The wave 5 should be an ABC structure, so yeah, I mean, this could have been the ABC, okay? Then we were watching for a B wave pullback. It was very shallow, thought it might go, didn't. So it's still possible as a B wave before we then go higher, but it would need to go now, literally. Literally need to go now. I would like to see it, but yeah, I mean, yeah, just thinking what else it could be. I mean, could it be a high B wave? Yeah, I mean, it's the alternative, but it would take a break below 72 cents to confirm that. Then again, we have an overshooting B wave, very, very messy. This is the support for that last wave up. But it's only one more wave up, and then we should enter the fourth wave. Again, that would be a larger correction probably. Yeah, don't know. It should be, anyway, you know, because this last move up is a diagonal, right, from this wave 4 low, it is messy. That's what they are, these diagonals. You can even get in diagonals an overlap between waves 1 and 4. They are difficult to trade typically, especially from a fourth and the fifth wave, especially if it's the fifth wave of the fifth wave, right? You're trading the last bit of the last bit. So often not a great place to be. Trading a third wave is better. Oh yeah, my favorite. Let's take a look at GRT. This is just a let's say a low probability chart. I mean, it's not done much. So there's a yellow and the white count. The white count, yeah, white count. They're both possible. Still in a bullish market, I would be leaning towards the white count. So that would be here a move to ideally 59.3 cents in the white count, but it's not a chart with a clear setup. Not here. That the place to enter from an Elliott wave point of view was down here or here, even though here it didn't reach my support zone. But there's no pullback now, but it could still stretch higher, and the next levels are the next levels are to watch. 39.1 cents, 47.8 and 59.3. Only when we get to 59.3 we have reached the ideal target for a third wave. So there is a bullish thesis here, but it's not a bullish chart. Okay, let's take a look at Link. What did Link do? Yeah, I mean, you need to understand. I mean, the smallest microstructures, obviously, when there is a lot of volatility, there are correlations among charts, you know, which first of all points out, so they can obviously be affected by Bitcoin, especially the shortest time frames. On a day like that, you naturally get a lot of, let's say, distortions in the charts, volatility, also fueled by Bitcoin. And it might not really change the trend, but yeah, this is unfortunate. It would have been great. I mean, they can always form a truncation. What is that truncation? It's an exception. It would mean that we say, okay, the white wave 5, due to market pressure, selling pressure, could not reach its ideal target. So it's basically a double top. It can always top as a truncation. 2140 was my first target for wave 5, so literally 40 cents missing. Close enough for me to say, look, if it comes down now, that was our fifth wave. It's not ideal, but it could happen, obviously. If Bitcoin comes down, I think it would be a bit naive to think that Link is going to climb. Also here, very close to a top. We're in a fifth wave of a fifth wave, yeah. Okay, let's look at ADA. Someone asked if ADA is going to go to $10 in the bull market. I doubt it, but I see possible 450 if it's going well. I mean, ADA has reached my next target here at 66.1 cents. It is possible that now this fifth wave is in. But to confirm that, I need to see a break below the last low. But we've made a new high. Okay. We've made a new high in wave 5 possibly, and then this means, okay, we have a 5-wave move up. It is possible now that this B wave starts. It's possible now. So let me actually add a support area for that B wave. I'm not entirely sure if the B wave has started yet, but we can already add a support area. So it's literally just an area that needs to hold. Let me just see if I've got it. Yeah, so, you know, if we see a B wave, which again should be an ABC structure, it needs to hold 48.5 cents to, you know, still, so that we can still focus on a C wave higher. But it hasn't done enough for me to say that this A wave has topped. So that could still climb a little higher if it does a U-turn now, because again, we're dealing here with a diagonal. Those structures are messy. That wave 5 might extend. If it does, it's 68.8. Again, also here bullish, as long as 48.5 cents is holding. I think we're now at a point where the fifth wave could be finished. Yeah, again, here was a nice short-term swing trade maybe. That was the time to enter. And you see how precise sometimes these support areas are calculated, because the price just touched it twice and went. And now it reached the 1.786 extension, the next level above the third wave. And very precise, and then a reaction. So could be, you know, this could be the top, but I need to see a break of a low or something. It's not enough yet. The fifth wave can easily still extend. Also, actually, a break here to the downside of the trend channel might help as evidence. Okay, so it doesn't even need to break below that swing low, a break out of the channel to the downside. Oops, that might help. Okay. So yeah, we can have a look at Mara. I wanted to update it, but I don't know if anything changed. I might not be able to give you a good count here or any update, because this is a big mess, this chart. as I always say. But actually, oh yeah, it did hold support. Okay, great. What's happening here then? Marathon. Okay, so it reacted to the first support area. I mean, could be. So it was not the wide. I need to think about all these counts. They're always with Mara. They're so complex. But it's 5 up now, isn't it? It's 5 up in the yellow count. 5 up. So that could be then a wave 1 again. Have we topped? I mean, have we reached ideal targets? Let's just double check that. I think so. Definitely. I mean, the third was already at the 200% extension. Could maybe get another squiggle higher, but it looks pretty complete to me. So also here, I mean, they are complex, these miners. If we see a break out of the trend channel now to the downside, I mean, this is technically complete. Yeah, technically complete. It's a 5-wave move. Just thinking if anything else could happen here. I would prefer it's topping in this region and then we get a pullback. So I'll take I have to leave everything on the chart because I need to think about this properly. I'll probably send an update through later, okay, for gold members. But it's 5 waves up now. So I did already do Solana today. Here actually, but I will do a video later. Okay, Polkadot. Let's do dot, and then warning, I can only do another 7 minutes or so because, as I said, I have a call at 8 UTC. Ooh, what happened here? Okay, but it did reach, actually, finally, yeah, it did reach the ideal target for the third wave. So that's brilliant. Because what does that mean now? That means I can offer you guys support for the fourth wave, pullback. So what we said in the yellow count, we're leaning towards the yellow count, but it needs to give us the ideal target for a third, which is the 1.38 extension. Only when that's reached, I can give you sort of a support area for the wave 4. That means we can more directly follow it higher. Like ADA already did the 5 waves, right? Solana, DOT hasn't. So support area I've got now, and that's the wave 4 support. So yeah, it's sort of this area here, no? This area. I could actually take that 23.6 fib level off there. Here's between 781 and 730. So as long as the 730 level is holding, we can look at the yellow wave count. Yeah, we can watch the yellow wave count, and ideally we would see another high in wave 5 to minimally $9, yeah, better sort of 936, 977. A break below 730 will start, and it will start to look more like the white count, but we actually have a 5-wave move up, yeah. So white is not preferred, but it would be the alternative. Backup plan, we always need a backup plan. So white is not preferred. I will still not rule out a B wave. You know, they can always unfold in some kind of a WXY or WXYXZ exotic pattern. But again, not preferred. Let's see. Let's give the yellow count the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. Okay, AVEX was asked for. I'll try to pump out later, you know, as many updates as I can, but at some point I'm going to be tired. Oh, but also here, yeah, yellow count made more sense, yeah. So again, it's just, this is a chart that doesn't really offer clear, let's say actionable. I don't want to say advice, but you know, recommendations or anything that where we need to do anything, because just moving sideways, it's chopping around in a range. Yeah, you know, maybe it's something for range traders, but there is no impulse, not to the upside, not to the downside. It hasn't formed 5 waves. In fact, it's topped possibly in a B wave there in yellow, and we could be moving down now in this C wave, but it takes a break below that 35.30 level to confirm that further, and then 32.30 is next support, and 27.30. Similar to ICP, I'd actually like it to get to that yellow support area. Might seem unrealistic, but is it really? If Bitcoin corrects maybe 25%, maybe Bitcoin comes into that yellow support zone I showed you in the beginning, then, you know, it's not too unlikely that some of these altcoins will do something similar. Okay, so yeah. And by the way, I see great, some people joined the membership, which obviously I appreciate a lot. Feel free to, if you don't know how to join actually our channels, then Telegram, Discord, please reach out to support@morecryptoonline.com. You get all the, you know, when you're a member only, and you get the links. So let's take a look at, okay, Rune. I think Rune needs a rethink. Rune needs a rethink. Okay, actually, it did not do, actually did quite well today, didn't it? Let me take the other, we don't need the old support areas anymore. Let's take them out. I leave the larger orange one needs to stay there because it's still relevant. Take the micro count out. So yeah, I mean, could have done its 5th wave, right? Even though it didn't reach the 1.618, but it's got 5 waves up. So it might be that this was wave 1 of wave 5. I'll probably do another update later and send it through Discord, Telegram. I'll need to think about it, need to measure it, probably do the micro counting, and then we'll add a support area there. But yeah, guys, I honestly have to finish now because I've got that call in 10 minutes. I won't be able to set it all up. Thanks all for joining. There'll be some more videos later. We've done 50 minutes already. Time is flying. So thanks all for joining. If you're interested in further, you know, updates and maybe support the channel and join a great community, feel free to check out the membership. A lot of you are members. Thank you very much. And it's been a great journey, honestly, over the last 1 or 2 years. 3 years maybe already? 2? I don't know. And now we are nearly at all-time high territory. It's fantastic. I mean, it's crazy, but it's also great. Exciting, but yeah, it won't get boring. Not in these price regions. So yeah, I'll keep you updated as always. Have a great day, morning, evening, and see you later. Bye-bye.